Before we get to the video, I want to take note of mention of grooming. I want to make it clear that I am not accusing anyone specifically or 100% saying that's what happened. I am unsure if this is what actually happened. I've only heard other people's experiences on the subject, and it made me rethink my own. This is not a beware or call out post, but it is specific to a group of people that I've had experiences with. It's more of hear me out and take it as you will video. Again, I am not 100% accusing anyone of the subject matter. Now that the introduction is over, I would like to get into the video. What constitutes grooming? If you've heard this term before, you think of a relationship where a predator attempts to act kindly or close with a child or something adjacent. The term is actually more flexible and can be used more openly. For example, adults can also be groomed into something. As I've said, I made this video because I have seen a lot of people's experiences that sort of made me think of my own. I cannot say for sure whether or not this is what happened to me, but there are similarities to the things I have gone through when I was friends with a person and wanted to talk about and discuss it. If you personally were around me during these times, then you may know who I am speaking of. When I was 13 in 2021, I was a small part of an online furry community and took that online space to heart, although I wasn't active in it until I was 15 to 16 years old. How the friendship of this person started was that other people made him fan art of his persona and I wanted to be a part of something. Mind you, there are two servers I am talking about, one of them being his own and one of them being a community server that he has fair influence over. 2021, I drew art of his character and sent it to him. Then for the next 3-ish years, I gradually became more involved in the Discord server by my own will. 2023 rolled around, I was most active on the server and it became my frequent area to be in. As I talked, my art gradually improved by tips and advice chats. 2024 is where the issues began. They were blown off as minimal as I had no choice but to comply. My friend had sent a meme with my character in it, mocking a popular creator for borderline bestiality. I posted the meme in an art channel and the frequent chatters immediately recognized the popular creator and started asking questions on why she was being mocked. I explained how the creator had sexualized animals and should be made fun of or condemned for it. Mind you, these are heavily opinionated people. They didn't care if animals were sexualized. It's fake, so it doesn't matter. And I was condemned for not being old enough to talk such topics. Now, I'll take some accountability in talking about NSFW in a public chat room, even if it was some silly joke. You can argue that those people have a right to their own opinions, but the truth is sexualizing animals in any sense is disgusting and shouldn't even be entertained as just an opinion. An argument they use all the time is majority rules, meaning if there's 6 of us against you, then you're automatically wrong. A quote that has been said before is, if there's a whole group of people disagreeing with you, then you may just be wrong. I believe this mentality is ridiculous, because if 6 people on drugs told me it was good for you and I was the only one disagreeing, that doesn't mean that they're automatically right. The majority of the group is still wrong, even if most of them collectively agree on something. After the argument, the chats get terminated. This could just be to clear up any unwanted conversation, but on the other hand, to me, it just seems like you're trying to hide what you really think. Note that I am not saying this whole group collectively attempted to get me on their side. However, I have a strong theory that the person I mentioned before has a strong influence over them. This is a little smaller thing, but a couple of these frequent chatters were also passively rude without any reason. I literally did not ask. For instance, every time I posted a photo of me and my partner, the same nameless chatter would say something like, "I'm holding back saying something." Like, I didn't ask for you to say anything. This is so rude to even comment. When my partner would get into small disagreements with the same chatter, suddenly it would be on me, like, "I don't know why you're with him," or "Control your boyfriend. Get your boyfriend under control." As if I'm personally responsible for what he does or I have any control over him. If I did have control over my partner, that would be concerning. I know this sounds off topic, but let me get there. Flash forward to April 2024. Another small but significant note. The link is sent from a frequent chatter and it is the Birdie I'm Back video. I made a joke about the evil autism bit, but they told me I should actually watch the video, which I eventually have and is loaded with bullshit. I can understand if it's because the video was so new. They were trying to be understandable for Jack, but dude, it's Birdie. What did you expect? The day prior to this, I believe I was banned on Toy House for a false accusation, looking into an adult's NSFW. What happened was I did lie on my age, as any teenager does signing up for something. I updated my blacklist. I forgot to block the person that I blacklisted. Put this person on my blacklist for NSFW reasons, and because the content that he promoted and made was so vile. I never peeked at what he made, only heard things verified by other adults. I update my blacklist. He comments on my page saying how I shouldn't have looked at his NSFW, which I didn't. I assume he got the notification, then commented on my page, and I got a ban under false pretenses until 2027. The dates get challenging, but for a fall in March, this 19-year-old man admits to rancid kinks in my DMs. I was 16. In January, he mocks me for being so young, calling me a fetus or a baby, only for months later for him to tell me the rancid stuff that he's into. Yes, the entire time he knew I was 16 years old, and continued to have inappropriate discussions of kinks with me as a 19-year-old. Had each other friended on TikTok, so any small opinion I had that he disagreed with, he would view it and attempt to educate it out of me. This opinion was not against any community group, did not target any type of person. It was my opinion on fursuit eyelashes. Claimed that if I had a problem with feminine bedroom eyelids and not average non-feminine eyelids, that I was a misogynist for it. We are both trans men. Personally, I self-reflect on everything around me. I'm also a fluctuation of asexual and don't like the quote-unquote sexy eyes on fursuits. I have more male friends than female friends and have never had a romantic girlfriend. I surround myself mainly around cis men because that's where I'm most comfortable, and I don't want to be lumped in as one of the girls. The reason why I asked the opening question is because I cannot 100% say whether or not this is what this was. However, there are a lot of notes pointing to it. Yet, I can't feel wronged by the conversations I was a part of. I was 16, he was 19. He discussed sexual topics with me, defended his stance on things like baby furs, age play, pup play, incest, animal genitalia. I was pressured to comply with the majority opinion of his server and the groups he had influence over. Not to mention, if I didn't agree with him, he would not be friends with me. Up until this year, 2025 July, even after I had left the community server, not the one he owns, community he had influence over, he was still talking about me and mocking me after it was over. Petty and ridiculous. In that same community server, he was a beloved, untouchable artist that grew influence to almost an army against anyone that he had any type of issue with. For the last time, I am not 100% calling him a groomer or predator, but just beware of my experiences. My last note is that to this day, he keeps his own server open in 13+. He is now 20 years old. Another thing that points to what I'm thinking about, when he had admitted the rancid things that he was into to me, I told him how gross it was that he would even entertain the idea. And he told me that when I grow up, I'll realize how normalized it is. This was about animal genitalia, by the way. That's because he was 19 and I was 16, and he was talking about kinks with me in my DMs, trying to get me to desensitize myself to these things. He has an all-ages server. I don't trust others are safe under his influence, and if you ever experience the same, I am truly sorry. That about wraps it up. Since I'm not active on YouTube, if you like my video, art, or commentary, considering following my Instagram for every up-to-date art that I make. Thank you for your time. Until next time, goodbye.